Okay, this is going to be a fun video. This is about going woke and then going broke. Yes, go woke, go broke. This is about the progressive agenda, the illiberal intolerance that forces corporations and big international brands to go woke, diverse, and rainbowy. As some, they choose to. Some feel the pressure, thinking, oh, we have to also be fashionable, the current thing, and everything else. But we have a list of a few big brands. I'm going to go through them. And what's happened to them since they went woke? Well, obviously, let's start with Bud Light. Yes, we already know the situation with Bud Light. All right, so the latest numbers that we now have is that they have made a huge loss of $27 billion. So, yes, go woke, go broke, Bud Light. And they've decided to make U-turns. And then they made a U-turn on the U-turn. And then they got embarrassed again. So they said, yeah, we're going to stop going woke. It's a little bit too late. Because now, considering Bud Light was for the blue-collar working class in America, mostly, it's not even real beer, it's a fake beer. And so they lost them. Then they made a U-turn on going woke. Now they're losing also the liberals who've suddenly started drinking Bud Light for no reason. And so now they don't have any customers. So brilliant. Capitalism works for those who always question it. The concept of free market, the invisible hand of the market works because people, consumers, still have the power. We can boycott and we will bring down these brands. I mean, not just being in all sides, left, right, center. Target, oh yes, Target went woke and they went a little bit rainbowy and they took it to a new level. Guess what's happened to them? Well, $15 billion loss in the market cap. So, go woke, go broke, Target. Not surprised about that one either. What's the next one? Let's have a look at the next big brand. Oh yes, it's our favorite, Disney. Oh, don't get me started with the history of Disney and all the other dodgy stuff. But the manipulation throughout the years kind of worked for them. And they've decided to go, well, they took going woke and rainbow to a new level. What happened to them? $890 million loss at box office on the last 8 releases that they've had, movies and all the cartoons and shows and everything else. So the funny thing about this is that they thought at Disneyland, for example, and Disney World in Florida, they decided to do what happens right now in schools with the story times and drag queens and everything else. And they also then it got a little bit creepy, let's just say. It wasn't just the story times, it's everything else that was happening. It was just not appropriate for children, let's just say. And there was a big battle between Ron DeSantis as the governor in Florida and Disney. And that escalated. Now they decided to, as a backlash, they thought, well, let's just take it into an international level. Surprisingly, Disney in Dubai and those places in the Middle East, they didn't go woke. They respected the cultures in the Middle East. But the rest of us, we had to tolerate it. But the consumers fought back. And they are losing money. Obviously, they're still going to survive. They have so much money in Disney. You got billions and billions, trillions. So they'll be fine. But it's a lesson that they need to learn. Next one. Oh, yes, obviously, it's NHL. Now, the organization behind American hockey went a little bit wokey. And they had all these jerseys, hockey jerseys, with rainbow on them. It wasn't really a big deal. But they were forced, because everybody kicked off. They have now been forced to make a U-turn. NHL woke jersey U-turn. They've now banned the rainbowy jerseys during hockey matches. So it works. It does work. Fight backs works. The tide is turning. The common sense always wins. The common sense brigade wins over the woke brigade. Anyway, I thought I'd just give you guys the latest update on go woke, go broke. We're going to come back in half an hour. We're going to talk to you guys about another progressive agenda. The group that dominate the Glastonbury Festival every single year. We're going to expose a bit of hypocrisy inside our infamous music festival in the country. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.